from Sew Essential, and today I'm sharing a bit of a roundup of my sewing from 2020. I've picked out my 5 favourite garments from this year and I'll share those with you, and then look ahead to 2021 as well. But I also wanted to say a massive thank you to you all for your support this year. Everything I talk about today is available on our website, and you'll find the links to our website and the products I talk about today below. And if you like what you see today, please like and subscribe, or share the video with your friends or on your stories, because every Friday I bring you a big dose of sewing goodness on a new video. Having said that, this is the last one for this year. The next 2 would fall on Christmas Day and New Year's Day, so they're going to be left blank for me to have a nice rest, and I hope you will all be doing, you know, within the restrictions, doing what you can to enjoy those days as well. And then I'll come back to you renewed, invigorated, refreshed in 2021. If you have got any ideas of things that you would like to see in 2021, please pop them in the comments below. Lots of times I've been able to take that feedback and do something with it, so if you've got any suggestions, please put them below. And also, if you've got any questions that you'd like answered in a Q&A, pop those below as well, because that's a series I'll be continuing in 2021. So before I get started, I do just want to say a massive thank you to you all for your support in 2020. Anyone who supported our business and has ordered from us, thank you so much. It means the world to us. Thank you so much for all your support with the vlog as well, the lovely comments, the emails. You know, it really does keep me going, especially in what has been a very challenging and difficult year for us all. So thank you so much for your support. I can't tell you how grateful I am for that. So I'll get started now with the roundup of my sewing from 2020. So 2020, as we all know, has been a crazy, difficult, challenging year, and I couldn't really remember what I'd made, to be honest. It's just been such a whirlwind. But I sat down yesterday and went back through it all, and I was quite surprised to find that I'd actually made 19 garments this year. And it's never about quantity for me. I'm much more about the quality and producing things that I genuinely want to wear and that will last and stand the test of time. But I was quite surprised at how much I'd made, because I did actually have a 3-month break from sewing between about March and June, when the lockdown first happened in the UK. We were incredibly busy at work, you know, which I am so grateful for. Thank you so much to everybody who's placed orders this year. We're really eternally grateful for that. But we actually worked, me and my husband actually worked 7 days a week for, I can't remember if it was 7 or 8 weeks, even having to bring the children to work with us at weekends. It was crazy. So I just didn't have the time or the energy to sew at all, you know. I mean, I couldn't find the spare time. There wasn't any. So I had a big break from it, but yeah, I've still made 19 garments this year. And I think that's because what I realised was, it was sort of a happy accident really, the fact that all that happened and I had the big break, and then I came back to it and I wanted to sew because I wanted everything that I get from sewing for my just general well-being, mental health, all that sort of thing. But I just didn't quite have the mental capacity to focus on those really complicated projects at that time. So what I've done this year is I've mixed up. There have been some more complicated projects along the way, but a lot of them they've been interserped with lots of quick easy makes as well, and that's been really good, because actually what I've found is a lot of those quick easy makes are things that I wear all the time and I really need in my wardrobe. So whereas I might have discounted those in previous years and thought, oh, that's not very challenging or a bit boring, actually, you know, it's been great that I've done a lot more of those things this year, because I'm wearing handmade like so much more. I'd say I wear handmade clothes, at least one item, 5 to 7 days a week now, and that just feels great. I get such a sense of achievement out of it. It's also helped by the fact that I've got a foundation from my previous years of sewing, where I've got those loved garments that come out every year, and I'm mixing and matching those with what I'm making new now. But also I made 19 garments. So 2 of them were skirts, 1 was a turtleneck, 1 hoodie, 6 knit t-shirts, 4 woven shirts or blouses, 1 pair of jeans, 2 woven dresses, 1 velvet dress and a knit dress. But if we look at those numbers, 12 of the 19 makes were actually tops. Now, when I looked back last year and did this exercise, I'd hardly made any tops at all last year. I think it was literally like 2 or something. It was a really low number. And then I realised that that was a massive gap in my wardrobe. That meant I wasn't wearing handmade as often as I could, because a lot of the time I do wear separates. I wear a skirt or jeans and a top. So focusing on making tops this year really has helped me to maximise the amount of wear I get out of my handmade wardrobe, and enabled me to get maximise the wear out of lots of different things, because I can mix and match things with separates a lot more. So there's still a place for dresses. I still like dresses and I want to wear dresses, but I definitely need those tops in my wardrobe as well. I think the other thing I learned as well was, after having that break of 3 months, getting back into the sewing, oh my goodness, the visible sort of lift in mood, and I just felt so different. It really helped me to appreciate what sewing does for me, how good it makes me feel, how good it is for just switching off and relaxing. And I always knew those things, but having had that break really amplified the impact of that reaction. It was like it was a physical reaction. I felt lighter, I felt better, and I also learned that even if you've just got a little 20-minute or 30-minute window to sew, I used to sort of poo-poo and discount those times and think, well, what can I get done in that time? There's no point, I'll wait till I've got an evening to myself. But now I've learnt this year that actually I can get a lot done in that time, and I can get some of those more annoying jobs out of the way, or I can make a good start and make some good progress on a project, so that when I've got a big chunk of time, I can just get on with the really fun parts of it. So that's been a great learning point from this year as well. In terms of new skills that I've developed this year, as I say, there's been lots of easy makes mixed in with a few more complicated makes. 2 of my 5 favourites are included in that. So the ginger jeans by Closet Case Patterns, which I'm wearing today in our charcoal denim. This is one of my 5 favourite makes, and was definitely one of the more challenging projects I did. I mean, I actually didn't find it very difficult. I think the instructions were fantastic. The fit out of the packet was really good. I did make fit adjustments, but there's lots of advice provided by Closet Core Patterns, they're called now, to help me with that. And I just cannot sing the praises of these highly enough. If you want a new challenge in 2021, or a project to get your teeth into to kickstart your sewing year, I highly recommend the ginger jeans. They were just an absolute joy and pleasure to sew. I put some nice little details. I really thoroughly enjoyed the top stitching. I found that really therapeutic and enjoyable. I also used some lovely pocket linings. I had some lovely cotton lawn left over from a dress that I'd made the previous year, and I used that. So, you're able to really customise them, really focus on that precision sewing on the top stitching, and then work on fit as well. It was just a wonderful project. So I would like to make some more of these in the new year. I'd like to make a flared version though, because this is the skinny leg version. So I want to adapt the pattern to make some flares in like an indigo denim with gold top stitching. So if anybody's done that, if anybody's turned the ginger jeans or a skinny jeans pattern into a flared leg, I'd be really interested to hear in the comments below any tips or advice that you've got. I'm sure I can do my research and work it out and find out, but it's always nice to hear from you guys. So yes, any tips on that would be very welcome. The other things that I learned this year were I made my first tailored shirt, which is this McCalls, I think it's 8014, I will put the link below for you, shirt in this lovely crepe fabric. And oh, this was an absolute joy to make as well. So there's a yoke on the back. It's got all the traditional features. It's got this lovely stand-up collar. So that just means, for anyone who doesn't know, that there's like a panel of fabric between the neckline and the collar, and then the collar's sewn onto that panel of fabric. So getting it all to line up nicely here is the key. And then obviously getting nice sharp points on your collar. There's lots of things to focus on there. There's this lovely half-covered button band, which I thought was a lovely feature as well. And then there's these fantastic cuff plackets, which took me, they're a bit of a brain teaser. It took me a while to work out exactly how they worked with the pattern pieces, but I really enjoyed learning that and overcoming that challenge as well. And then the other thing that I did that was new was I sewed a velvet dress, a velvet wrap dress for the first time. So that was the first time I'd worked with velvet. I'd had lots of advice and I knew a lot about it from my mother-in-law, Angela, but I hadn't actually done it myself. So it was nice to finally get around to doing that, because that's something I've talked about for a long time as well. I'm really pleased with the quality of what I've produced. I think, you know, every year that seems to get better and better, and that's just because of practice, you know, learning from your mistakes. Sewing has taught me so much that you never stop making mistakes, you just get better at fixing them, but also that mistakes are the best way to learn. And, you know, I think it's sort of like got applied to my wider sort of life as well. I used to really beat myself up and get angry and frustrated when I made mistakes, and now I do think I'm better at managing that. I think I'm better at being more patient with myself and thinking, well, okay, you know, it's not the end of the world, you won't do that again, or you've learned something new, you know, and that's been really positive as well. So yeah, and I think just sort of having the patience to try out new techniques and things as well. You know, I've definitely developed that a bit more, just getting scraps of fabric, having a play around, trying different things. And I've been focusing probably like the tail end of the year on just putting interesting details on what would otherwise be very, very simple makes. So I think that's something I'd like to carry on into the new year as well. So I've shown you 2 of my 5 favourite garments, the ginger jeans and this lovely blouse, well, tailored shirt that I made, and now I'll just quickly show you the other 3 as well. So the next one is dead simple. It's this knit t-shirt, which is a Tilly and the Buttons Nora t-shirt in our French terry stripy fabric, and then I used a plain navy Ponte Roma type fabric for the neckband, just for a bit of contrast. I did adapt the pattern quite considerably. I really reduced the width of it, and I talk about that in the video where I show you this as a make, if you want any details on that. Basically slashing the pattern piece, I think it was from the shoulder down to the hem, and then overlapping and then just truing the shoulder seam. But I did that because it is a very oversized pattern otherwise, but I just wanted it a bit more slim fitting, and I've got it nice and long, so because I often wear things like this tucked into high-waisted jeans. But I absolutely love and adore this t-shirt. It's so comfortable, the fabric is beautiful, it washes and wears beautifully. It's the sort of fabric that, if you don't know what French terry is, it's just got like a little loop back on the back. It's got lovely drape and movement, and it's the sort of fabric that it feels like it keeps me warm in the winter, but then I never seem to get hot in it in the summer either, so it must just be really breathable or something, I don't know, but it's really lovely. And I absolutely love wearing this t-shirt, and I think it's just a great example of sometimes those simple things are just the best to make. Now the next make I want to talk to you about is the Shelby Dress pattern by True Bias, which I think has had an absolutely bumper year, because we sold out of Shelby Dress patterns and True Bias hadn't got any more. I think we've just heard that we've got some more coming in, but the original message was that they wouldn't be available until January, so keep your eye on the website. I'll get them back on as soon as we can get them. We've got plenty on order, but I can understand why this has been so super popular. I'm desperate to make another one. I think it'll be one of my first projects in 2021. I'm planning on making it in, we've got like a lovely red crepe fabric, which is a bit more wintry, that I can probably pair with black tights, because this is obviously a very summery version. This is in a beautiful viscose fabric that we had. But it's this lovely button down dress. It's got princess seams down the front and also down the back. It's got these little waist ties. It comes to just above my knee, and I'm 5'6", and it's just an absolute joy. It was a joy to sew, it's a joy to wear. It's the sort of dress, I'm rubbish at having everyday dresses that I feel comfortable just wearing, you know, day to day. A lot of my dresses are a bit more dressy, and I'm always on this eternal quest to find the perfect day dress. Well, this is it for me. I absolutely love it. I know when the summer comes round this will be worn constantly, and so yeah, I do want to make another version for my winter wardrobe as well. But yeah, super pattern, such a fun project, came together really easily. Honestly, probably actually one of the favourite things I've ever made. And then finally, another Tilly and the Buttons pattern, the Indigo Dress, is probably my final entry for my 5 favourite makes of 2020. It's a lovely smock dress I chose to make these gorgeous sleeves with the gathers and ruffles on, and then there's gathers and ruffles round the sort of empire line waist as well. I added some little waist ties so I could draw it in a bit because it is a smock dress, so it's quite voluminous, and I did raise the bust darts as well. But all of these makes I'm talking about today, if you want more details, that all the videos are on the vlog, so you can go back and watch and see the actual details about the pattern, the sizes, that sort of thing. But yeah, this was a fantastic make. It's actually a lot shorter than the pattern was designed to be, because I had a bit of a mishap with the iron and had to trim some of the length off. But actually I was really pleased with the length. That worked out well for me. I feel comfortable in this length. I love this dress. I want to wear it all the time as well. So yeah, that's my roundup of my 5 favourite makes, so I hope you've enjoyed that. Looking forward to 2021. I want to definitely make another pair of jeans, as I've talked to you about. I've been saying for years, about 100 years, that I want to make a coat or jacket. I think part of the problem is I don't really ever feel the need to have loads and loads of coats and jackets. I've got, you know, a good mix. I've got like a nice wool coat, I've got my practical mom Parker coat, I've got like a leather jacket, and you know, a couple of other things that see me through all the different scenarios I need to wear a coat or a jacket. So I never feel that inspired to make one because I don't think I really need one. But having said that, I'd love to learn some of the tailoring techniques. I'd love to have a go at things like maybe a welt pocket and that sort of thing. And my mother-in-law Angela, she's done loads of tailoring, so I know she's an absolute font of knowledge on that subject. So yeah, will I get around to it in 2021? I don't know. If any of you got any recommendations of coat or jacket projects you think I should have a go at, or you'd like to see me make, pop them in the comments below. Can't promise anything, we'll see what happens in 2020. And other than that, just focusing on those little interesting details that just elevate an otherwise very simple project. I think that'll be another focus for me in 2021 as well. But just to finish up, please, you know, I can't say enough how much I appreciate your support this year. Thank you for keeping me going. Thank you so much. Thank you for everything. Thank you for supporting our business. Thank you for supporting the vlog. I really mean it. I hope you have a wonderful Christmas and New Year. It's not going to be the same as it normally is, but I really hope you all manage to have a nice time and have a good rest. And I'm really looking forward to seeing you in 2021. I'm looking forward to, you know, feeling re-energised and coming back packed full of motivation and enthusiasm for you all, as always, to just keep us all sewing, because we all know how important it is and how good it is for us to keep on sewing and keep connecting with each other as well. So thank you everybody, and if you like what you see today, please like and subscribe, and I'll look forward to seeing you in 2021.